Tom from Do-It-Yourself Home Automation, and this is a look at my Amazon Kindle Oasis. I love this as an e-reader. I think it's just a really great product. I'm going to take a look at some of the features here. So you can see first I've got the premium leather case on it. I really like this case. It's still very thin, so it's easy to carry this around, but it provides you some protection. And I like that it has this natural patina where it wears in kind of interesting, unique ways over time. So I've got that attached, and I'll open it up. Now you have different options with the Kindle Oasis. You can either get the advertising supported version, which I have, where you get ads on the home screen here, or you can choose one that does not have that feature. I actually like getting the ads, so I went with this because it kind of gives me ideas for new reading. And you can get a sample of any of these after you click into one of these ads, but you can also opt not to have that if you prefer. So a couple of features. This is an e-ink screen, so it means it's using actual ink underneath the screen here. It's not a display like you'd have on your phone or your computer. It's actually ink, and they move it around electrically, and that way it really looks like a printed page. It has a similar resolution to a printed page. So I love that. It doesn't feel like using a device. It really feels like reading a book or a newspaper or magazine. You've also got just very basic controls, and that's what I love about the Kindle is you just have a lot of simplicity in the design. So you turn the device on using the button at the top, and you've got an up and a down button, and that's it. So there's no like confusing controls and extra stuff that distracts from the reading experience. What it does have though is a touch screen. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe to unlock, and then it's going to bring me to my home screen here, and you can see the different books that I've purchased. It's my third Kindle, as you can see there, so I've been using these for a long while, and you can see the different books that are in my library already. Now I can go into one of these. So I've been reading this Cod by Mark Kurlansky, and it'll take me to where I was in the text. And I can swipe side to side if I want to do page turning like that. I can also use the buttons to do page turning, which I really like. I like to just hold it like I would hold a traditional book and just use the buttons with one finger to do the page turning. So it's a one-handed operation. Another great thing is that the Kindle is actually waterproof. The case they recommend not getting in the water, but it's really simple to pop it out. So if you like to read in the tub, read at the beach, or at the pool, it's a great product for that. I like to do all of those things, so I really appreciate that it is waterproof, and I don't have to worry if I drop it in the water that's going to be a big issue. And then if I want to change the settings or anything, I can just double tap on the screen. It's going to bring up my settings menu here, and I can do a couple of different things with this. I can jump to locations in the book if I want to. It's going to give me the table of contents, or I can put in a specific location. And again, you can see this is a touch screen, so I can interact with it using that. I can also change the font size. So if your vision needs a little bit of a larger font size, you can alter the font size using that menu there. And then I can also do some other kinds of settings in here, like I can see the battery, you can see the Wi-Fi, and I can also change the light settings. So I'm going to go into this, and one of the great things with this Kindle Oasis is that it has an actual setting for brightness, so there's a backlight, so you can read this in the dark, and there's also a setting for the warmth of the light. So why is that important? A lot of people don't like to have blue light on late at night. There's some evidence that that can make it hard to sleep, and some people just don't like it. So you can actually change. I'm at 19 right now, but I can make the light warmer or a cooler setting depending on my own preferences or the time of day. So you can see it gets kind of a white blue color this direction, kind of a nice subtle yellow color, kind of orange color as I get back to my preferred setting on the other side of the scale. It's harder to see in the light here, but at night, if you're reading in the dark, it's awesome to have that backlight. It doesn't throw a lot of light out into the room, so it won't disturb people around you, and it's really nice to be able to customize the warmth there so that you're not looking at a bright blue light in the middle of the night. You can also change the brightness, so you can turn that down. I like to be at a decent level of brightness, but not so bright. Again, I don't find it's disturbing at night, but it does allow you to read if it's dark out. And you can also allow the Kindle to use the auto brightness setting, where it will adjust the brightness to whatever environment you're actually reading in. During the day, one thing I love here is that because it is that e-ink screen, The screen itself actually doesn't get kind of washed out or glary if it's in direct sunlight. It is actual ink, and so you don't get a lot of weird reflections and things that make it hard to read your book like you might on a mobile device. So that is the Kindle Oasis. I love it. I think it's a great reading device, and I'm really glad to have it.